I thought I'd come in here and make a bit more of a generic business video instead of just a very, very, very Amazon niched video, right? Because I know people here, right? If you're watching this, likely it is you do have an Amazon business or you want to start an Amazon business. However, I think a lot of things that you do when running an Amazon business, like you probably you don't realize it now because maybe Amazon may be only like business that you have, right? An Amazon FBA business. But once you start to venture out in different businesses and different business models and understanding how these businesses work and generating revenue and profits via these businesses actually work, right? It all boils down to a very, 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 very few amount of things, right? In terms of how can we generate profit or bring our businesses to profitability? Because that's why everyone has an Amazon business, right? It's not for fun. Okay, it's to generate these profits. Now, I want to make this video just general, and you will slowly see how it applies to Amazon as well, right? So now I've a few businesses that are, obviously I don't want to say too much, but I'm happy with where they're at, right? Now, what is a common thing which has helped me in all of them? What are these common traits that I think, if you just master these traits, you'll be fine and you'll bring your business to profitability? Now, I want to start with, this might sound cliche, but hardworking. And I don't mean hardworking where it's like, let me block out 4 hours a day, right? And just work hard 4 hours a day. No. That's not what I mean by hardworking. I mean hardworking, right? Where it's like you are obsessed with chasing said goals and actions which you have to undergo, right? And everyone watching this, you know what actions you have to do, right? To get your business to wherever you want to get it. And it's just relentlessly chasing this. Okay, for example, tomorrow, if I have to do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to delay it, not do it. No, I'm going to do it. Okay, so it's these actionable things which you know you have to do that you do with drive and commitment, right? That's a big thing, because a lot of people, when they start these businesses, they see it as, oh, I want to make 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, 40 grand a month, 50 grand a month. And when you actually break it down, everyone can say what they want. Are you going to actually work hard and chase it? Are you actually going to work hard and do it? Because there's not a lot of people out there that do. Okay. So I think that's very, very important. Having the ability to work very, very hard and acting on things that you say you're going to do. Now, another thing which I think is very, very important is innovation. All right. And having the ability to think outside the box and be smart and strategic. Now, in the Amazon world, you could say having innovation and being smart and strategic is developing certain strategies to acquire accounts and products and prices no one else will, whereby that may come in the form of negotiation, developing certain strategies, or acquiring certain accounts by utilizing certain methods, right? Now, that's in the Amazon world. Let's say in terms of, I've got a program now, right? An Amazon program. Having the innovation to create a program which is very, very different to any other one, whereby we've got the best education in the game, whereby our community is second to none, whereby we do in-person events. Okay, we take our members out for dinner. Okay, so it's having innovation in that essence. If I want to do something, I want it to be the best it's going to be. And for those of you that work with me and know me, you already know that, right? Which is why with the Wholesale Academy, there is no coming close to it from an actual program standpoint. And it's not me saying that, it's all the people who've done other programs elsewhere then jumped on my program. Okay, so it's having that element of innovation, strategy, and it's just being smart and just always thinking, right? Whereby it's like, if you're going to do something, if you're going to start a company or have a business, right? Yes, you can work hard and yes, you'll get far. But if you can work hard with strategy and be innovative, you're going to like completely, obviously I don't want to say print cash, but you're going to reach whatever financial goals you have much quicker than if you were to just work hard aimlessly, right? You want to be working hard in avenues and in directions whereby there's opportunity. Now, how can we recognize this opportunity? It's where obviously the innovation lies. Be innovative, you'll reveal opportunities for yourself, right? Be different, do different things, experiment. And then trust me, once you experiment, you'll find these avenues whereby money can be made and opportunities lay. Okay, so that's another point. So I've gone through, you gotta be hardworking, sorry. You've got to be, that's sleep deprivation for you, by the way. You've got to be hardworking and you've got to be innovative and have quite a bit of strategy about you. Now, another thing which I think is very, very important is I think you have to have the ability to take risks, because I'm not talking about stupid, aimless risks. I'm talking about calculated risks whereby this is one thing in business in general, I think, which is very, very important. You have to have the ability to look at the playing field and make decisions. You're never going to get every decision right, but make decisions whereby at that time, you look at the playing field and you look at the pros and cons of each decision. You outweigh the positives and the negatives, and then you make decisions accordingly. That's literally business. And then if you do that, you'll get some wrong, but you'll get more right than wrong. Okay, because you're not acting on emotion, you're acting just based on the playing field. And now this is something which is huge in business. There's going to be drawbacks to every single decision you make, but just making sure you make the decisions whereby there's more advantages than disadvantages. Okay, so I think that's very, very important to understand. You've got to have the ability to take calculated risks. Okay, whether that be financially, like in investment, or in decision making. Right, whereby you're looking at the playing field, whereby you've got two decisions you can make. Which decision do you make? What's the pros of that? What's the cons of that? What's the pros of that? What's the cons of that? Okay, which decision is more calculated? Okay, and essentially, what I want to finish on here is, what is your end goal? Is your end goal to make £10,000 a month, or is your end goal to make £100,000 a month? If it's to make £100,000 a month, your actions, the way you think, the way you act, the way you operate, needs to be so much more different than making 10 grand a month. You've got to have a different hunger about you, I think. Like, if you want to make £10,000 in a month, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's extremely doable if you just act in a very, if you just do what you say you're going to do. If you have actions and you act accordingly, I feel like if you want to do £100,000 in a month, you have to have an element of strategy, execution, and ensure that your actions are literally, they're just revenue / profit generating actions. Okay, when it comes to execution, you're executing on the high end of things, right? Whereby the decisions that you make have big, big impacts. And I'm not talking about big, I never said big decisions. It's every decision you make, you have an understanding that every small decision you make will have big, big impacts as it adds up. Okay, so I think that's very, very important. Understand your own goal. Do you want 10 grand a month or do you want 100 grand a month? Because I promise you, if you want 100 grand a month, you are going to you're going to react differently to situations. You're going to react, let's say you make a certain amount of money in a day, right? Or something goes well for your company. If you're after 100 grand a month, you're going to react. You're going to see that as a motivator. If you're trying to make 10 grand a month, you're going to see that as a relief. Okay, so I think that's the biggest way you can look at it. And that's a great way to summarize or end the video, right? That's actually such a good way to end the video. But obviously, a lot of people don't realize these things. But obviously, once you retrospectively look back at things and understand what it is you want, you'll start to actually understand why you're feeling, why you feel the way you do. Like if you want 100 grand a month and you make 10 grand in a day, you're going to be like, okay, yes, let's go further. If you want 10 grand a month and you make 10 grand a day, you can be relieved. So that literal feeling could be the difference between you 10xing your income, really. So I hope everyone found this video useful. It's not really Amazon directly related, but I think stuff like this, people view Amazon FBA like a side hustle. And I think having general business advice to support you in your Amazon business is very, very important. Amazon journey is very, very important because it's not a side hustle, especially if you're doing wholesale. It's a real company, right? And obviously, therefore, so I thought I'd do a bit more generic business sort of centered videos. So I hope you guys find it useful. If you like the video, like the video. If you're new, comment. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Feel free to. I don't mind. It's down to you. But yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one.